What would you do if the person you loved with all your heart, the one you shared your dreams, your laughter, and even a child with, suddenly became your worst nightmare? Imagine waking up to realize that your fiancé, the man you trusted more than anyone in the world, has plotted to bury you alive. This isn't a twisted movie plot. This is the horrifying, true story of Michelina Lewandowska in Poland, a tale of betrayal, survival, and the unbreakable human will to live. In 2005, Michelina Lewandowska was just 21 years old, working as a cashier and waitress at her parents' store in a quiet village in western Poland. Life was simple, routine, and ordinary until the day he walked in. Marcin Kasprzak, a 19-year-old British man on vacation, entered the store. Tall, good-looking, and confident, he seemed captivated by Michelina from the very first glance. He struck up a conversation, charming and genuine, or so it seemed. From casual greetings, their interactions quickly turned into friendship, and then, as fate would have it, into a passionate romance. Their courtship was swift and intoxicating. Marcin, smitten with Michelina, extended his stay in Poland, ignoring obligations back home in England. The couple's relationship became the talk of their circle, two young lovers seemingly inseparable.
By 2006, their love had blossomed to a point where Marcin got down on one knee, presenting Michelina with a diamond ring. "Will you marry me?" he asked. With hearts pounding and dreams of forever in their eyes, Michelina said yes. Engagement photos were taken, future plans whispered about, and life seemed perfect. They envisioned a future together in England. They wanted a new life, a family, a home far from the quiet streets of Poland. Marcin's promise was intoxicating: love, protection, and a shared dream of happiness. Michelina believed in him completely. In 2007, Michelina discovered she was pregnant. Joy, excitement, and anticipation filled the air. The following year, she gave birth to their first son, Jacob. A new chapter of their lives had begun, or so she thought. But change was brewing in Marcin. His obsession with the gym became more than just a hobby. It was an escape from any personal or relational conflicts. He consumed high doses of protein and steroids, transforming his body into a muscular fortress. But the physical change came with an emotional cost. Marcin's mood swings intensified, making him temperamental, aggressive, and dangerously unpredictable. He flirted with other women at the gym, often leaving Michelina feeling betrayed and hurt. Arguments became a regular feature of their lives, and their once passionate love story devolved into a cycle of conflict and uneasy peace.
By May 2011, Michelina had reached her breaking point. She was emotionally drained, exhausted by the constant turmoil. She decided to return to Poland with Jacob, seeking safety, stability, and a fresh start. Marcin, however, refused to relinquish his hold over their son and her life. Tensions reached a boiling point, and words turned into a silent, simmering storm. And that storm became deadly. Marcin hatched a plan, meticulously cruel and sinister. On May 28, 2011, he called Michelina, suggesting a shopping trip. Innocently, she believed in the normalcy of the invitation, imagining a simple day out, maybe even reconciliation. She dressed carefully, applied makeup, and wore her engagement ring, a symbol of the love she thought would protect her.
When Michelina stepped out, she noticed Marcin was not alone. He introduced another man, Patrick Boris, under the guise of a casual shopping companion. Confusion replaced anticipation. Something felt off. Before she could react, Marcin revealed a taser, a weapon designed to incapacitate. The attack was sudden. Michelina was struck repeatedly, paralyzed with pain and shock. Patrick joined in, ensuring she could not resist. Her world went dark as she lost consciousness.
Michelina awoke to the cold, suffocating darkness of a large box wrapped in black plastic. Panic surged. She realized she was buried alive, her breaths shallow, limited by the confined space. Marcin and Patrick had carried out their horrific plan with precision. They left her entombed, intending for her to die. Yet, Michelina's will to survive was stronger than fear. She remained motionless, pretending to be dead, while her mind raced with strategies to escape. Every shallow breath was a battle, every heartbeat a reminder of the urgency.
In a moment of clarity, Michelina remembered her diamond engagement ring. The very symbol of the man who had betrayed her became her tool for survival. Using its sharp edges, she painstakingly cut through the bindings on her hands and feet. She tore the plastic wrapping, inch by painstaking inch. The box was heavy, trapped under a fallen tree branch, making escape almost impossible. With relentless determination, Michelina dug, pushed, and clawed, freeing her head and shoulders from the suffocating earth. The forest around her was dark and quiet, yet full of the promise of life beyond the soil. Emerging from the forest, Michelina's focus shifted from survival to salvation. She walked cautiously, listening intently, until the faint sound of music reached her ears. Following the melody, she found a bar illuminated by flickering lights, a beacon in the oppressive darkness. Reaching a nearby road, she flagged down a passing car, her cries for help raw and desperate. The driver immediately took her to the hospital, where she received medical attention and recounted the nightmare that had unfolded.
Michelina's courage and quick thinking led to swift police action. Marcin and Patrick were apprehended at their homes. Initially, they claimed their intention was only to teach Michelina a lesson. However, the evidence was undeniable. They had planned the burial, stolen her money, and possessed weapons capable of taking her life. Marcin received a 24-year prison sentence, while Patrick was sentenced to 4.5 years. Michelina returned to Poland with Jacob, free from the man who had once held her heart, now faced with rebuilding her life from the trauma and betrayal. Michelina's story is a testament to resilience, bravery, and the indomitable will to live. From a seemingly ordinary day turned into a harrowing fight for life, her survival reminds us that sometimes the things we hold dear, like a simple engagement ring, can be instruments of salvation. Her journey back to safety underscores the importance of trust, awareness, and the strength that can emerge even in the darkest moments. Michelina not only survived, but reclaimed her life, raising her son with courage and determination. Next time you see a sparkling ring, remember, beauty can be deceptive, but strength can shine through even the darkest shadows. Michelina's story is chilling, terrifying, yet ultimately inspiring. A reminder that survival often comes to those who refuse to give up, even when buried alive. What would you do if you found yourself in Michelina's shoes? Could you stay calm, fight for your life, and outsmart a deadly plan? Share your thoughts and reactions in the comments below and tag someone who needs to hear this unbelievable story. Let's talk about courage, survival, and the strength we all carry inside.